We're here in the coastal shores of Florida for the Miami Grand Prix, which has become the 11th Formula One track held in the United States. The grandstands are packed for what we hope is going to be another fantastic race. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium, and 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Stroll, Hamilton, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Sargent, Albon, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Bottas, Joe, Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers. Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.1 seconds. Gap to the car in front is 3.2 seconds. P7, 7th place. Stroll is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. That's Hamilton behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 7.8 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. Okay, good work, great pass. Okay, clear. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 3.8 seconds. job. Gap to your teammate behind is 0.8 seconds. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.4 seconds. That's P5, you're in P5. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 4.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Hamilton behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 0.7 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 47 laps to go. approaching the pit window, you're going to be on softs. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 5.5 seconds. In this lap, push now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 16.3 seconds. Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now. Our gap to the car in front is 5.4 seconds. go, now, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. You've got 2 stops remaining now. 2 stops remaining in this strategy. And you've got P13, P13. Okay, gap ahead is 1.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Norris is behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind, 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. The distance to the leader is 37.9 seconds. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. 43 laps to go. Gap to the car in front is 8.5 seconds. Logan's coming in for his stop now. Perez ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:34.4. Good job, nice overtake. Slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum. Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 4.4 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 25.0 seconds. Okay, you've got P5, P5. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.1 seconds. Norris behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, gap to leader, 24.6 seconds. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps' time. 37 laps to go. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.3 seconds. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 5.0 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 26.4 seconds. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, you're in the top 10. Sat in P8, well done. It's Hamilton ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 5.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Gasly behind. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Our gap to first place is 40.9 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Okay, gap ahead is 6.3 seconds. Okay, focus. We need to stay on form. That's 8th place, you're in 8th place. Stroll ahead, and gap to the car in front is 8.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Gasly's behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 45.6 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. All right, 31 laps to go now. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 6.1 seconds. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Green flag. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 3.8 seconds. And that's us in 10th position. Stroll is ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Logan behind. Okay, push. Gap to the car behind. 3.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. The distance to the leader is 44.9 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 28 laps to go. Okay, Logan's in the pits. Logan in the pits now. Logan's coming in for his stop now. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.8 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 24.4 seconds. Okay, gaps in the car ahead is 4.7 seconds. Okay, you're in ninth position. Stroll ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 4.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Ocon behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 4.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 24 laps to go. Okay, our best lap so far is a 1 minute 31.6. Okay, gap ahead is 4.3 seconds. You're running P9, keep going. Stroll is ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 4.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Ocon's behind you, our gap behind is 4.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Stroll ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 4.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:33.4. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.4 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.1 seconds. Starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. Sat in P8, well done. Stroll is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Perez behind. Okay, the gap behind is 7.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 17 laps to go now. Russell's ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 7.4 seconds. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has some front wing damage, but it's not losing too much pace yet, just be aware. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 33.8. Okay, gap ahead is 4.5 seconds. Car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. Sights ahead, and gap to the car in front is 7.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, we can take you this lap. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That's 8th place, you're in 8th place. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 6.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind. And the gap behind us is 1.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Leading the car behind by 2.5 seconds. Okay, Logan's in the pits. Logan in the pits now. Okay, copy that. Logan's coming in for his stop now. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old, and the time last lap was a 1:48.4. That's P7 now, P7, it's Hamilton ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 7.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, that's Stroll behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind, 4.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now, and 11 laps to go. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 36.4 seconds. car ahead. Well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 7.4 seconds. Gap to the car in front is 7.3 seconds. And you've got P7, 7th place. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 7.3 seconds. Stroll behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 9.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps of fuel left. car in front is 8.6 seconds. That's P7 now, P7, it's Hamilton ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 8.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. That's Stroll behind you. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 9.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to your teammate behind is 42.0 seconds. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 9.6 seconds. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 10.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Time last lap was a 1 minute 32.1. Behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 9.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Your last lap time was a 1:33.0. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 9.6 seconds. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Less than 1 lap of fuel left now, the tank's pretty much empty. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
They've done it then. A truly magnificent win here at the Miami International Autodrome. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
Well, tyre management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.